a creator, director, actor, producer, and even helps with music in this series. So which role you think is the most challenging?
Well, I feel so lucky to get to do all those different things. I love acting, but I love every part of the filmmaking process. I'm sort of a film nerd, ever since I grew up. I was always fascinated with, what are they doing with the camera? Or what are they doing with the production design? Or how does editing work? Or what about the score? And so getting to play with all those different facets of the process was just a joy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Well, the character in Mr. Corman, Josh is his name. Josh Corman sounds sort of like Joseph Gordon. He's a person who I think has a good heart and is truly grateful for a lot of his life and does his best to be happy, but isn't always happy 100% of the time. And I relate to that. I have so much in my life to be grateful for. But sometimes my brain goes into dark places and I tell it not to. I say, hey, brain, don't do that. You have so much to be grateful for. You shouldn't feel bad. But my brain doesn't always listen to me. And I think a lot of people have this experience. And so that's the story that we're telling with Mr. Corman. How do I? Well, I think one of the most important things is just to try to feel comfortable to talk about it. And, I speak about it, whether it's with, I have a wonderful partner in my wife, or speak about it with friends or others. And I think sometimes it can be hard to talk about feelings of anxiety because we might be worried, if I tell somebody, then they're going to think I'm complaining, or they're going to think that I'm weird or that I'm damaged somehow. But none of those things are true. And I think a really important first step in feeling better is being able to talk about it. So I would hope that anybody that sees Mr. Corman, that might be one takeaway, is that it's okay to talk about these things. Yeah, well, there are some moments in life, I think, that we feel feelings that are just bigger than you can describe. And so a lot of the show is very realistic. But in those moments where a realistic scene wouldn't properly communicate to an audience how the character is feeling, then we go into these kind of fantasies.